We're getting to that time of the year where more of us are going back in person, or perhaps even if it's hybrid, we're attending industry conferences, webinars, seminars. We're all up leveling and learning more about our business, our industry, and how we can help our clients in powerful ways. Well, this is a great opportunity for you to show up for your business online through social media and share about your experiences. So let me give you some ideas of what you can post and should be sharing during this time, and some things to make sure that you steer away from, especially at least on your professional channels. So number one, share content about what you learned from a speaker and how it will impact your ability to help your clients. Make that connection for them about what you're learning and how it impacts them. Number two, who you're looking forward to seeing. Create some buzz and some energy maybe beforehand, especially if you have some really big name keynote speakers that you're excited about, and that you can tag them and get some energy going on those posts on your channels as well. Number three, why you love being with your company and what you do. You know, there's so much energy that usually comes from these conferences, and we can get fired back up about why we're doing what we're doing and why we are where we are. Share that with others and give them a sneak peek on more about what's important to you and why this matters to you. Number four, the impact you or your team and your office are making in the lives of others. So think about things like if you're involved as a company wide in a nonprofit, like I know some of you are involved heavily with Alex's Lemonade Stand. You may be doing a fundraiser, participating in a Roots and Wings race or something along those lines. Share about that involvement and how you're making an impact, not just directly within the business, but you're giving back to others. Number five, your support against childhood cancer and efforts like that. So kind of going like number four, but number four might be more broad around other ways that you're making an impact. I know sometimes we hear some extremely powerful stories about how we've changed people's lives. Storytelling is so powerful. This is a great opportunity, even if it's not your story. If you can reuse that story and help share it. Now, certainly going to what you shouldn't share, make sure that you're not sharing somebody else's news or something that's private or confidential. Number six, sneak peeks of behind the scenes. We all like it when we get to see things that we normally wouldn't or we don't have access to. Bring people in, give them a little sense of what a day in the life looks like, or maybe that opportunity to speak individually with the speaker, or when they're getting ready behind the big, galas and events, what that looks like. And number seven, your insights on content shared by your company. What are you like along those same lines of what you're learning, but maybe there's new things that are coming out that you're going to be excited about bringing back to your clients. Again, know that line about what's confidential and private and what you can't share and what you can, but what you can, this is a great opportunity to communicate some of that information about new developments or key things that you've been able to achieve as a firm. So a few things not to share. I think you're probably all aware of this, but I know, especially some of us that are brand new, maybe out of college or younger professionals, it's always good to kind of reiterate it and not to lose sight of it when we're in the midst of having a good time connecting with our colleagues and people maybe we haven't seen for a long time. But first and foremost, those memories of, a drunken night or that adult content, keep that on your personal page, or better yet, probably selectively choose what you capture via photos for certain. Number two, your travel plans. And this is just more in general, being aware of who knows where you're at and where you're not at, and communicating information that could put you at risk. So it's always a good idea to be selective and careful about who you share your travel plans with. Number three, someone else's good news that might not be public yet. So if somebody wins an award, maybe they want to be the first one to share that news. So be aware of where there might be things that you want to check with somebody before you share that information. And number four, private conversations or those confidential information that you might have access to or privy to that shouldn't be shared broadly with the public. So things we all know about, but always important to kind of make sure that we don't forget. If you are sharing at an industry, have an app available so it makes it really easy for those of you that use Hearsay. They have a great app so that you can take photos and post it in the moment and stay compliant, which I know is super important for all of you. So if you don't have that, now's a good time to get that downloaded so that you can be ready and make it super easy and convenient to do on the go. A pro tip for you, don't forget about tagging others, those speakers, those colleagues that you're connecting with, tag them in your content, comment on others. There's going to be lots of buzz, lots of content coming out from the company. Make sure you're engaging and commenting on that as well, because they probably have many, many more followers than you might have as an individual entity. And always respond, use photos, use hashtags. There's probably a hashtag for the event, for the conference. Leverage those, and you'll be amazed at how much traction and engagement you can create in just a few days, or maybe even sometimes you go to a conference that's only a few hours. Either way, this can really work for you. So I hope you implement these tips over the next week or this fall as you're attending conferences, seminars, and events, and let us know how it goes. Or we'd love to see your content. Feel free to tag us at Playmaker Coach. And we can't wait to hear about all the amazing things that you're learning and who you're engaging with. Have a great week.